He's literally been like stripping.
God's been stripping?
Yeah, me. Like he.
It's Yoki.
It's getting Yoki over here.
Right. Did you say Big Willie? Is that a person?
So she typed Big Willie in, and she instantly went.
She said, "Warm the oven."
Yeah, to put a bun in the oven.
That's not.
It doesn't always have to be the bun. You don't always have to put the bun in the oven.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm champion.
All right, Caleb, you ready to go?
Nope. I'm really not. Like, give me like 5 seconds.
All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of That's How You Feel.
That's how you feel.
What's the matter with you? No. For real?
It's
That's
your
how you
favorite
feel?
co-host. I'm back.
Who are you?
Do you remember that time I was on here like 8 times?
We actually deleted that footage.
That's crazy.
We invited her back.
Crazy.
Yeah, we actually.
You guys remember that sound? That's me.
The actually VIP person here, we have someone very important today, and that is
Danielle.
Danielle.
Makes sense.
I don't know who this random person that showed up at my house is, but you know, she may have a voice on our show.
That's crazy.
What?
Oh, she's Danielle J. Martin.
So, no, that's good. A lot of times I don't on the podcast because some people I don't know if they want their last name out there. So I should have, as a professional podcaster, I should have asked you ahead of time. But
don't say
make
my
notes. But yes, this is Danielle J. Martin. She is from the Topeka area. She flew all the way here on a jet plane.
She's actually from H-Town.
Yeah. And we also... What's
Houston, man.
Are you from Houston, Texas?
She is a Topeka girl.
Houston.
Is Houston the one that floods a lot?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I learned about that this year. I didn't realize.
Yeah, it floods like crazy.
Yeah, it like floods all the time.
H-Town,
Like,
yeah.
I would not
You
want
just
to.
moved on so fast from that.
From what?
H-Town, yeah.
He's like, yeah, whatever.
Like, dang.
That's my
I'm still stuck.
Caleb is like giving me all these faces.
No, I'll explain.
Do we introduce him yet or no?
No.
Okay.
No, it's because
fly on the wall.
whenever people say things too quick, my brain like will take a minute to process it.
H-Town, yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah. And then finish that. And they're like, oh, yeah, I can come back to that.
Yeah.
As always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. We do also have the host, Caleb Anthony, with us today. Finally made it to watch. Ooh.
Danielle, he
I
wasn't ready for
disagree.
that.
I think he's ashy. And
I'm just saying he looks really nice today, you guys. He dressed up. I'm really honored.
She feeling what you putting down, brother.
I feel special.
heighten your standards.
Ooh. You know what? I'm working on that. Honestly.
Oh, boy.
But she's
That
for
was
real.
a word.
No, for real. But hey, tell them a little bit about Danielle, Mikaela, and also plug our Patreon. Why don't you do that?
I was supposed to do the intro. I'm so mad right now.
You so slow.
Anyway, as always, check out our Patreon. We have different tiers and stuff. I don't know what to say about it. Check it out. You know, help us out. What was I supposed to be doing?
I'll have it next time. I have the intro. I don't know what we're supposed to talk about.
You just came in and bought. Not gonna do it. So as we last said, Danielle J. Martin is here. Very special guest, very special friend of the podcast too, and of course Mikaela's back. Why wouldn't she be back? She's one of our favorite guests of all time.
Guess who's back?
Nope. All right, we're gonna move
Mikaela's back.
Moving right along. Just so Danielle J. I'm trying to keep us.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We have a lot to get to.
We do.
Let's get to
Don't
it.
let
Get into it.
You know what?
Let's
Let's
get into
actually
it.
let our guest introduce our guest.
I would. Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Because our guest.
Introduce each other.
No. We already know who you are. Welcome back again.
That's crazy.
What
I
we
don't
do,
even
we
get no
don't
intro
know
or nothing.
is-
Y'all got more of a following or whatever.
You don't even get on social media, fool.
Yeah, you ain't
Yes,
even
she
out there
does.
like
You
that.
are right.
Stop.
You are
Don't
right.
be even coming from my sister like that.
You know what's real funny
Oh
is y'all are gonna
gosh.
get a different take. So normally you got me and Caleb over here, just fighting the whole time.
Yeah, we brought
these
two
two
more
are
fighting.
sisters.
We really
They
are.
were just fighting
Not
not blood. They were fighting a second ago, and now she's
Not
ready to
blood.
stomp a
Not
hole in
blood.
me because I
I
get
mean,
it.
because
I
I'm
get it
always
because you got your girl
have her
no matter
back.
what.
Always.
Yeah. I don't.
Yes.
Julia,
I
I'm
would
so
fight
sorry
Caleb.
already. I'm sorry. 'Cause
Caleb,
that's panning
happened?
shots and all this. She's gonna
See, he's already making our guests feel uncomfortable because he's so whatever.
professional, trying to keep us on track.
If you were a professional, you would know how to describe our Patreon.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Anyway, Mikaela, why don't you tell us some things about our wonderful guest here, Danielle?
What if I ain't got nothing to say? I'm just kidding.
All right.
This is the wonderful Danielle J. Martin. She is from Houston, Texas. And if you really get to know her, you're going to hear a little bit H-Town. They speak a different language out there.
Just a little bit.
I didn't know who she was one time. She started talking from H-Town.
I know, I was in the shower.
like, ooh, scary girl.
Is it like hood?
Yeah, a little
I don't know, it
bit.
just
It's a little
comes
bit
out.
Glorilla.
A little bit.
You say Glorilla?
Glorilla.
No,
Glorilla.
I think it's like when I am irritated about something and I'm like venting.
She can really go to some
It just
other
comes-
place. I didn't
yeah.
know that. Anyways, this is her.
Welcome.
She's bad
welcome,
and she's
Danielle.
bougie. She is a TV host for her day job.
Yeah.
A wonderful TV host. Just a host all around. An MC. Yeah. She used to do the news. So that's fun. She's got a little news anchor in her.
Was that in Topeka that you lived in?
That
was
okay.
Topeka.
Yeah.
That was the only reason why I moved here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
And then, did you guys meet when you moved here?
Yes.
Okay. Were you living out there at the time? You're from there.
Yep. So I was finishing law school.
What do they call Topeka?
Topekans?
Top city.
Well, isn't it like the meth capital?
What? I thought that was Independence. Where you from?
No.
Don't do me, bro.
Get 'em.
Hey, I did let them know Independence has like the top 3 water in the world. So
Yeah.
we doing something right over there. I'm not from Indy anymore.
Water and meth.
Those were my,
You're not
street-
from Indy anymore.
Those were my street days.
Anyways, Danielle, she does a podcast. If you haven't seen that, Authentic Media
Yeah.
podcast.
Hey.
What else does she not do? She does branding.
Which, if you have not heard of Authentic Media Podcast or listened to it, you'll see right below. Go ahead and click and check out her episodes.
Yes.
There's a lot of good material about building your brand.
Specifically,
also-
episode 3 was maybe the best.
I'm pretty sure that was the worst.
Because she's in it.
crazy.
Oh, she was in it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you knew that. That's why you out here hating. But
Anyways, it is the best podcast ever because, Levi's wife edits the podcast. So it's amazing. Shout out to my girl, Julia. Always going to
she's
give her
always
credit.
bragging on Julia.
Always. Because
She's
she's
the dinner topic.
phenomenal.
Because Julia is the most
It's like,
amazing
look,
person
Julia
in
just
the
got me
world.
another episode. She loves
solid.
Julia.
Very solid.
Yeah, she loves it. I think that's cool for me. Like, I know that since starting this podcast, yeah, it has been a little bit of it's added things to our lives, but really even more so for Julia because she does the brunt work of our
Yeah.
episode. Like, we can come here and we can talk.
Yeah.
But I mean, we would edit it and it would look like you're watching something from the 90s. Julia does it and we look cool and I'm like, oh, thanks, babe.
Yeah.
So
This is how she sees you.
Yeah. Well, it's like I used to edit all my episodes, and so I just don't know if people understand the process that goes into all of that and just the time that it takes. And so I just feel anytime I'm always shout her out. I'm always give credit when credit's due because it's it looks like this because of her. Y'all look like this because of her. So it's just want to.
we wouldn't be nothing without her.
100%.
For sure.
Oh my gosh.
How you doing,
Caleb.
Levi? What's new with you? What are you excited
What
about?
is new? I don't know. What's new with everybody? What's everybody been up to this week?
I have been feeling emotions lately, and I've noticed
Wow. That is really good.
how are you, Levi?
Let's unpack that.
I was actually.
I didn't mean to
enjoying
shut
that
down your
conversation.
emotions. I just felt a very visceral response.
Wait,
Visceral actually
do you
is bad, I
normally
think.
not feel
Let me-
emotional?
We're gonna come back to you asking me that
Danielle.
after I tell you why I think I've been feeling my emotions.
Okay,
You
let's go
have
there.
seen Caleb at church when he's social in the church lobby and social events.
Yeah.
That is maybe 2% of Caleb.
That's crazy.
That was wild.
Again, we'll wait till I tell you why I've been feeling my emotions.
Okay, why you been feeling emotional?
That's
If
not
you-
nice.
Doesn't me?
if you don't make it,
No. So
if you don't make it rich, we don't want to hear.
yeah, it's about to be
I
real.
knew you were about to say something stupid.
Is it about having a second child?
No, it's gonna be something like my body wash has been smelling real good. And sometimes when I sniff it just right while I'm...
soap.
Oh
Lisa,
my
thank you for the mahogany
Bath and
teakwood
Body
soap.
Works?
She got it to me for Christmas. I finally
That's
got around
been
to
making you
using
emotional
it.
lately?
No.
Oh my God.
Is it my friendship?
Say something worthwhile. Better
So
say
So
it.
what's
like-
been having me in my emotions is watching TikToks of babies hug. Like when they see their friends and they like run up to their friends, like those like
Oh my God.
reunification, like
Yes.
like where like
I have a gift
military
like that,
people coming
that
from
I like to
overseas,
insert.
like seeing their kids and like babies like hugging their friends. I've just been like,
Yeah.
like I don't
For
cry,
real?
but like they be
They're
making me like,
adorable.
No, Caleb, that is the parent in you coming out.
bro, it is.
You're
like,
ready for your kids
You're
to hug each
changing.
other.
You said you wouldn't
Yeah.
change, and you're changing.
I'm not. Thug life. Remember that.
I thought you
Okay,
said
I'm
F
still a
life.
thug out here. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, that's just. I've been realizing every time those videos come, I watch them just be like, oh, it's beautiful.
I like to be there. Like, does a tear conjure? Or?
We're not crying. We're not to tears.
Okay.
I do want
Emotions
to.
are there.
Wow.
I think that's really
God.
cool.
Yeah.
It's the first
that
time
you
he's
are
felt
sharing
emotions.
when you share emotions, and I'm not meaning that in a negative tone, but
I get it.
I was gonna make it a hot take at one point, but you've actually been really cool to hang out with lately.
Bro, I'm
They've
a
been friends for
vibe.
some time.
But like when we have
I'm a
hung out, it has
vibe.
not felt forced. It has not felt like.
That is so crazy.
And I'm being honest, like
This is for real. We're
we
being
went to
for
the
real.
I
casino the
know.
other night.
Yeah.
He loves the casino. My man's got a gambling problem.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
Why are you in the casino?
Oh,
Why
because
aren't you in the casino?
You
That
got.
is weird.
It was an amazing.
Which one did you go to?
No, it's not.
Argosy?
We went to
that is
Harris.
weird. I guess I never saw you as a person.
Gambling's not for you though. I get it.
Well,
It's fine.
not.
I took him to
It's not.
Vegas in
Yeah, he
November or something.
I got
changed
bit.
his life.
I got bit.
He loves craps, which we played. So
I own my own Vegas
when it
dice
came
now.
time for me to roll,
Yeah.
Caleb, he's like said something. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna roll, and he's like, please don't.
Like the table, like dealer person was like, "Sir, would you like to roll?" And I was like, "Don't you dare!" I was like, "You bet not."
And I was like, yeah,
Oh
I'm
my
rolling.
I
gosh.
was so mad.
And then he was like, I feel stupid betting my money on your rolls. And I'm like, he's not gonna win. Guess who won him all his money back?
Wow.
Wow.
That would be a moment between me and Danielle for sure. But, like, I'm
Normally-
not putting my money on the line for you,
Right?
man. And then she wins me all my money back.
I do have one thing pretty serious I do want to talk about.
Okay.
But I would like to see what you guys are excited about. Like what's going on in your lives right now.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to expose it on the podcast?
I have a boyfriend.
She's taken.
I think she's
I'm enjoying that.
I was gonna say I think
That is
she's
something that I'm
married, but
enjoying.
then I don't want to
She's
scare this
basically
guy off
married
if he
at this
watches
point.
the podcast. He's like, this girl, it's too much.
I mean, she's at the point where she's hanging out with him more than me. So serious.
Congratulations to you.
But I'm so happy for her.
No,
But
it's
I'm so happy.
It's-
I am. I really am.
watching
is,
other
praise
people
God.
be happy,
Yeah.
especially you know
Yeah.
you've been wanting this, and to find someone that you're
Actually compatible with.
really excited.
100%.
That's really all the
Yeah.
glory
And
to
you've
God.
got to meet him.
Yes.
Do you approve?
100%.
Awesome. That's when you know.
I mean, he doesn't need to know that, but yeah.
He knows
I'm still trying to be,
yeah,
coy. She's trying to be coy.
that's
I don't
right.
like
I mean, I
you,
just gotta.
for real.
It's just no. Okay. In all seriousness, though, it's just like I know Mikaela. I know her heart. I know what she has been through as well. So
That part.
it's like, don't be coming up over here. You know, like we about to fight. Seriously.
Man, she really can't. She is a scrapper.
So
That's that
See, I'm
H-town.
the H town. I'm getting a different side of it.
I told you.
I'm just
It's
kidding.
when she gets
I'm
the
just
accent,
serious
though.
about
That's
my
what's-
friends.
that's
so
for real.
100%. Like,
No, for sure. I
I'm
think-
serious about you.
That's look.
She said she's serious about me. I
I
felt
know.
something there. She puts like a little bit of riz on me.
I really do a little bit.
Like she rizzes me, man.
Because you're a what?
Do I ever?
I'm a
Do I ever
one.
riz
Not a
you?
two.
Not a two.
What?
Do you want me to riz you?
Please, God, shut. Move on.
Man, you look so Caleb. You look so fly today. Woo!
Yeah, maybe
And
it's
the
a
way you
little
played
different.
drums at
Caleb.
church this morning.
Listen, maybe it's a little different.
Yeah, y'all a little different than us.
Yeah.
Anyways, I
promise not to
do,
do too much of
Caleb.
that.
I'll let you kind of take over talking about this portion, but I do want to take a moment. We have since the beginning a lady that has been watching the podcast, and I believe it was Friday night or was it Thursday?
I think it was Friday night.
Friday. She had a medical emergency and she's been in ICU since. There's been a lot of healing happening, which is really cool because from what I understand, when it happened, there was not much hope, but there's been so much turned around, which is a huge blessing. I do personally just want to say, like, if you would feel comfortable praying for Rachel, I'll let Caleb kind of explain a little bit more because I think he's got the details down a little bit more because you were able to go up and see her today. Well, you went to the hospital.
I was able to go to the hospital and just be with the family and friends during this situation. And we are hopeful. I don't want to speak on the situation a lot just because there's still a lot that we don't know. For sure. And in this moment right now, we're not out of the weeds yet. So we're just very hopeful right now. We're praying for you, Rachel. We love you from the podcast. Yeah. I got to hang out with Kathy and she said, hey, when Rachel comes out, we're coming on the show. I was like, you guys have already been invited before. Like, she's like, it took her going through this to get on the podcast. I was like, that's not what I said at all. Stop that.
Like, we need you to tell your story.
Which was crazy. I had a card for her somewhere. I lost the card, but
I saw you had it somewhere.
Is it in my Lululemon bag?
What's the card for?
It was for Rachel.
Plug for Lululemon or what?
It's not. Nope, it's not there. But I don't know where the card is.
I'm confused why you have the card. You didn't take it.
Because I forgot to give it to her when I was there.
Okay, I was so confused. But yeah, no.
I'm sure that I have
earlier. You did have it earlier.
I did. I don't know where it went.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, here it is. Rachel, this card's for you. I was supposed to give this to you when I was there earlier today.
I can't wait
to open it up and read it on.
No, okay. But I can't wait for is when she does come on the podcast and
we'll give it to her when she comes on the podcast. I'll save the card for her for that.
That's crazy. It's like get well.
The thought that counts, I guess. Yeah. But seriously, if you are a person who does enjoy prayer, a person of prayer, please give one up for Rachel.
And if you don't enjoy prayer, send good thoughts and vibes. We'll take those too. Yeah. Money also.
Yeah.
Subscribe to our Patreon.
You can send that. If you DM me, I'll send you the address where you can send the money.
To us.
Yeah, duh.
Okay. Just make sure we're on the same page.
I'm going to send it to the White House.
All right. Let's get into some comments from old episodes. We need a bumper for the comments thing. Don't we? Really? You think so? No? Okay.
I don't think everything needs a bumper.
Why not?
So couple weeks ago episode, yeah.
I did warn Danielle about this.
But us, yeah.
I don't know if she was really.
Can I do a real quick black thing?
Okay.
Can you what?
Do a black thing real quick.
They're literally like
Talk about being black.
Well, yeah, because technically it's still Black History Month.
It is. When we're shooting this during Black History Month. So, okay, I had talked about the last episode about how I don't enjoy it when white people are talking about black people and they say the person was black or they say African American and they always hesitate before they choose to say either black or African American. I hate that hesitation. Oh, yeah. I was in the hospital waiting room with Rachel's family and friends, and I was sitting next to this beautiful Samoan person. She is married to a black man, but what she said was, she was like, now my husband is, and like she just did this gesture at me, and I was like, what does that mean? I was like, that is the funniest thing. And I was like, you mean black? And she's like, yeah, he's black, but I didn't know if I wanted to say African American or black. I was like, you could have just said black.
See,
and she hesitated. She's married to a black man, which was the funniest thing. But she was like, so my husband's, and like she went like this to me, and I was like,
see, and I think social media has caused some of that. No,
it was the funniest thing in the world. Y'all not laughing at it, but the situation was funny. It's too much.
No, it was one of those things you had to be there. You could probably.
I guess so, and I told the story bad. Sorry.
You should probably sell the story at parties.
Was it supposed to be funny?
Yep. Okay. So let's get into some comments.
Yeah, so on that episode, we got a comment from Lisa Wallen.
You think I'm a narcissist? Be honest. What? Tell the truth real quick.
I honestly never thought you were a narcissist.
Praise God. All right, move on. Go to the comment.
I'm also going to say I didn't watch the episode, so I didn't see if like narcissistic like tendencies came out or something.
I don't.
I didn't know if there was like a certain exposure, but let's see what the comments say.
Well,
back to you.
Yes. So I was going to say, I will say, because we're going to talk more about narcissism, but narcissist and narcissism is painted into a bad light. And I think it can be.
Oh, you think it can be positive?
Hold on.
Okay.
Oh.
I think
we like him and his narcissism.
It definitely is. But if someone actually knows, like, hey, I have narcissistic qualities, and actually, tries to change those behaviors and is aware of them,
could be a narcissist.
Then I don't think it's a bad thing to say you're like, I have narcissistic tendencies.
I think we all do,
you know,
a little bit.
Or like try to change to be better of how we treat others.
Yeah.
So
That's really good.
From Lisa
Caleb, you need to
Wallen, which is your mother-in-law.
Ooh.
No. Yes.
Dang.
No. Jenny is your mother-in-law. Lisa is your aunt-in-law.
What did the comment say?
I wanted to get it right. You two are funny. I love how you include serious topics amongst the humor. I would love to see you do a segment with your spouses on your love language, which I think that'd be good, actually.
I thought she was about to say that he's a narcissist. Does she get to that later in the comment?
No. So Cassie Driscoll, though, Mariah, shout out to you for sharing the podcast.
Thank you, Mariah. Appreciate you.
But I was dying laughing because Mariah shared it, and then Cassie Driscoll said, I don't even need to watch the episode to know. And I think that one bothered you a little bit.
So the next comment comes from Abby Stark. Same topic. I think it's the lack of empathy. Sometimes empathy has to be taught because it can hinder relationships. When you are just asking to ask and not approaching conversation with empathy, it is hard for relationships to grow due to the lack of emotion, hand in hand with emotional maturity.
I think that's where I would insert. You're not a narcissist because those emotions and things, the empathy exists in you. But if you don't know Caleb, then you don't understand that empathy is in there.
Yeah.
Because he can sometimes say things and you're like, that was rude.
Yeah.
But
This
he's
whole
very
podcast-
empathetic. That
yeah.
is who he is.
Empathetic?
Empathetic.
Oh.
Empathetic?
No,
don't
you
think
said
so?
it right.
Okay, I was like, empathetic.
I was just, you said it about Caleb.
I think that he does. I think that that's in him. I mean, I'm going to say I know that that's in him. That's why you're friends with him. You have a soft heart. You couldn't be friends with someone who is full, like, blown narcissist.
So just the next comment comes from, we asked, what are some of your favorite reels or TikToks? Janelle says, the one of you guys talking about 1,000-pound sisters.
Which I thought that was really cool that someone thought one of our videos was one of their favorite.
Shout out to you, Janelle.
Do you know Janelle?
That's beautiful.
No.
Okay. See, and that's what, I don't know her either.
I know a
Shout out to
Janelle,
Janelle.
Yeah.
comedian Janelle Banks. Shout out to you.
Oh, yeah. We should have her on.
We will. All right. This last comment comes from our Super Bowl episode. Somebody said at 8:41, Damon is my dad. He is the absolute coolest. Joe Call. So I don't know. I'm sorry.
Jojian call 5606.
Yep. She said Damont's my dad. Shout out to Damont. Damont's coming on too.
Shout out
She,
Damon.
that was a he.
Yep. Just, hey.
Joe.
Thank you for all of it. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting.
No, but Damont told me like his son watched that episode and he's like, you're famous.
Wait till he actually
thought it
comes
was
on the
really cool.
podcast.
Yeah,
Oh
no.
my God.
But yeah, no, for real. Let's go to question of the day. Question of the day.
No.
Question of the day.
Bum, bum, bum.
Everything does need a song.
See, all this right here, Julia's going to cut out. See?
Yeah.
Bum, bum.
She ain't
Wait,
gonna
we need
cut
like
it
a
out.
song.
All right, here's the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you like your eggs? Or your yolk? Do you like a yolk?
I
like
love
a
it.
yolk. Yeah.
I love it, Yoki.
Yeah.
You almost. Yeah, you're not gonna cut. I just want to let you know.
Danielle,
That is definitely going to be a
We're not cutting.
And I was like,
clip.
wait.
I like it, yolk.
Oh, trust me, that's
Wait.
Mikaela. That's gonna be in the intro clip to the
Oh,
video.
she's hot.
I can tell you. I will
nasty,
also.
huh?
No, I'm not.
Danielle,
I'm
we're
saved
a
in highly
PG,
favors,
we're a
okay?
PG.
Yeah,
This
don't
is-
even say
This
nothing
is
nasty
a
on here.
family-friendly
That's
show.
the H-Town. I like it,
we-
yolky.
We're trying to
I'm
talk
not
to
gonna
them.
lie. This is like a side that I don't really get to bring out a lot, so I'm excited.
I tried to tell her before she came.
I'm sad I asked about eggs.
oh my God.
I like
Afraid to
it,
ask
yo.
another question.
She don't
first of
mind
all-
paying eggs. She don't mind
Hey,
paying
it's
for
been a
eggs. She
minute,
likes
okay?
it.
So,
Yolk.
okay, so you like a
fine.
yolk, though. Okay.
Yes.
No, I figured you would say I like scrambled eggs. Or
I feel like we're talking about
No,
something
he
else.
said. He said no. Back
So
on
you
topic.
like a yolk.
Egg yolks.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me,
talking
I
about
like it
breakfast.
over easy.
I'm talking about
Okay.
breakfast
I like
I thought you
foods.
said rough
see,
eggs.
I'm an.
I thought you said rough
Be
eggs.
quiet.
You like it
Hush.
rough? I'm
Is there
just
such
kidding.
thing?
Stop
No,
it.
I'm playing.
Hey, Levi, how do you like your eggs?
I like my eggs.
do you like a Benedict?
I'll eat them. I'll eat them anywhere. But the best way to have them is
Immediately.
hold on, no.
It's always getting weirder.
Listen here now, y'all. I want to tell about my damn eggs. I like them yolky too.
Okay,
But because I like to take them with the, you know,
Oh
like
my
with toast, and then I like to sop up.
All right, we're talking
the
about
extra
eggs.
yolk.
Dip it.
We took this
I
too
am
far
so
already on
sorry.
eggs, and now you just keep
No,
saying things.
but you said, oh, we are talking about eggs. We've been talking about eggs the whole time.
I understand, but when she opened up with Yoki,
You know, the last
Yes,
time
but then Caleb brought it back.
You know, the
It
last
didn't
time
ever go
Mikaela
back.
was on this podcast.
Well, you didn't go back.
Okay.
Mikaela asked the last time she was here if we should open up with prayer. We did not do that.
You know
and this is
what?
why. This is the result.
I was hoping
that's
you would
it.
pray.
You
and
know, I
then-
gotta get my spirit right.
Actually,
Y'all brought her on here talking Yoki.
What's the best cracker?
so I'm going to say this, but actually, I will tell you the best one is the toasted brand, the rosemary and olive oil. Will have you in a frenzy.
Are we
every
talking like a
time.
cracker you pair with cheese or?
Yes.
What is
In
your
general.
favorite
But saltines
cracker?
is what I will always grab.
Wrong answer.
I can eat a cheese it like straight up,
That's a cracker, kind of.
but it is a cracker. It's in the cracker aisle.
Okay.
It's in the snack aisle, but with the crackers and cookies.
It says crackers and cookies.
Right.
And snack.
Danielle, what's your favorite cracker?
I like a vegetable cracker though. If I'm gonna pair it with
I like pretzels.
mine.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really like
Ooh.
crackers.
Snack. Are you
Man,
okay?
pretzels is my week. No, I'm old.
Lord have mercy. I don't look forward to
I'm
reaching
sorry.
What's the scenario you got for us?
Well, I like Ritz crackers, so
Okay.
we'll just
Oh,
say
okay.
that.
Hey, what cracker do you like?
Wait, you harped on me for saltines,
I
and
do
you,
like Ritz.
and you
This
came
whole
up here and
question-
said
Those are buttery.
Ritz?
They are
They're
delicious.
good. They are delicious.
This question
High
came
in
because
fat,
after
for
we were
sure.
done filming one time, Levi went upstairs and I come upstairs after him.
You started
This dude
eating
is on the
saltines?
couch
Yeah.
eating a sleeve of saltines.
That's the broken
raw.
snack. That's like we're hungry and we
God.
literally have nothing.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
like, bro, are you going through something?
And who
like
bought
this,
these crackers?
He was
you
like,
know?
oh, these are my favorite.
We
I
have
was like, are you for
at
real?
all time we have like
Is
at
that
least a box of
Independence?
saltines because sometimes I'll just eat them and then I'll eat them with cheese too.
Ooh, you eat saltines
I
with
grew-
cheese,
I have grown
sliced
up-
cheese.
Well, I mean, I have before, but I mean now I do like the blocks. But I've always
That
been
is
a cracker
crazy.
fanatic.
crazy.
I mean, but saltinas are like one you choose by
yeah,
choice.
no, like
Like
so
on
even
purpose.
at
Like, that's
buffets as a kid, like they
That's
would, my family would say,
crazy.
hey, do we need anything else? And I'd be like, hey, can we take a couple packs of crackers to go? They always like laugh at me about
I
that.
don't really like.
So these are not
like
crackers
that.
that you buy. You don't buy saltines. You get them.
Like you got the club cracker as an option.
I don't go in Panera and be like, hey, can I get 10 things of crackers? You know,
Like
yes, I buy saltines.
Like a club cracker is an option,
How
but
much
you're
are
like, nah,
saltines
let me
running
get
for
them
these days?
saltines.
Club crackers
The
are great and
Club crackers
they're
are
buttery.
delicious, but a Ritz ain't nobody messing with Ritz.
Ritz ain't that great.
They're delicious.
Oh my
Nah,
God.
listen, it's
If
saltine
I was
all
gonna
day.
eat crackers
But
straight up, I would eat Ritz crackers.
listen, if I would
I could eat a whole sleeve.
2 sleeves of the rosemary and olive
Oh,
oil.
I thought you were about to say 2 sleeves of saltines.
I could do that
He
too.
could.
All right.
Let's
For
talk about
real.
the topic. Yeah, I'm so
today.
excited.
I do
I'm
want.
excited.
So we kind of mentioned it up front.
Yes, we did.
Um,
I got some comments.
Well,
Oh, sorry.
I don't know what you're talking about. I do know what you're talking about. We're not there yet.
Oh, okay.
We're not there yet.
I'm sorry.
She is so ready. She's been wanting these comments since we got going.
I got some comments.
We will get to the comments.
I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm gonna just stay over here.
I did lost my train of thought.
Let me do this.
Please,
Okay, so the reason why
crying.
we need a babysitter.
We do.
He's kind of putting on this like the reason why Danielle. Go ahead.
So the reason why everybody can't live my
I'm just
life.
kidding. Yeah. Go on, Twin.
I need help, Jesus. So the reason why we're here is that Danielle and Mikaela are both business owners. They're both entrepreneurs. They both are. I want to say self-made. And we just wanted
God
to.
did.
What did you say? God did.
Look at God.
All right.
All right, Caleb.
I haven't laughed this much in a while. I love you guys.
God.
So tell us, Danielle.
Yes.
So tell us about. We mentioned authentic media.
Yes.
What is this brand? What is authentic media? What is your passion and your purpose for authentic media?
So Authentic Media is all about helping business owners and entrepreneurs develop an authentic brand. So if you are someone who currently has a brand, but you're looking for a space to rebrand, my company, we help you do that by helping you through brand strategy sessions, photo shoots, updating your headshots, updating your whole entire website. It's all a process. And what I really love about it is that we're more than just like photo shoots. And so we help people really figure out who they are at their core, because I don't think a lot of business owners understand that what you do is centered around who you are. And if you're not happy with like who you are as an individual, it's very difficult to really do your business, right? Because essentially like you started your business because it's something you're passionate about. It's something you have interest in. But I think a lot of times, a lot of people lose sight or like lose motivation because it's like, oh, the work gets in the way, or they're really just not connected to their business anymore. And so really like my job is to like spark that fire, ignite that fire again. And so, we just started. We launched in January. And so I'm really excited about it. Right now we're booked out till April. So we are still accepting clients. So yeah, if you need help with your brand, if you're looking for really someone to partner with you when it comes to relaunching your brand or creating your brand from scratch. And brand essentially means like who you are at your core, your identity, and just like bringing that to light. So
you could work potentially with our podcast and help us bring our brand to life.
100%. I think you guys got a good brand, though.
I could use some fine tuning.
Yes, I think you could. I'm good, though.
I think it's authentic to who you guys are.
Yeah, 100%.
You guys could do a brand photo shoot.
I will say.
You guys would rock it. You guys should do a brand photo shoot. We do need to do a photo shoot.
Actually.
100%.
As long as I can wear my Lululemon pants.
What about Fabletics?
Are those Lululemon?
Yeah.
These are Fabletics.
Did Fabletics check come in from sponsoring us?
Hey, speaking of Fabletics, these pants are Fabletics.
Are they sponsoring
Fabletics?
This podcast is going to be sponsored by Fabletics one day.
Look,
he loves Fabletics.
Really?
These are
they
the
get all
only
his
pants.
money.
Wait, Fabletics or Lululemon?
Fabletics. Lululemon, get out of here.
What?
Fabletics, these are the only pant by Fabletics. They have Danielle said I looked great, and I owe it all to these Fabletic pants.
You know, Fabletics.
I will say you're on brand today.
Yeah, and I feel like Fabletics should send us some like discounts or some merch. I would really like to try out some more shorts. I love their shorts.
I have the Cadence short. It is the 5-inch short. I love those shorts. I just ordered some. They're coming in the mail. I think they're going to be here on Tuesday.
Yeah,
I'm very excited.
They're lined underneath. Oh, they're so nice.
So Danielle's brand.
Back to Danielle's brand
hilarious.
though. So
We were talking about a brand.
First of all, I love the vision for Authentic Media. And you were talking about how it helps you just you spoke something about it has to be centered around who you are.
Yeah,
so
100%.
What made you decide this is the business or this is the avenue that I want to get into? Like, what made you start this?
That's a great question. So I used to work in the news, right? So I had a very strong personality and persona, I would say, around being something I was not. And so I used to really like walk around, like just at work in life, like pretending to be what people wanted me to be. And so essentially my business was all around women empowerment. It still is a little bit, but it was not really like tied to who I am as an individual. And so honestly, I always tell people like I rebranded because it was really like an affirmation to myself. But also to remind other people that like when you show up online and offline, you should always be true and authentic to yourself. So for me, that's honestly why I rebranded. Because I went through a whole life transition in 2024. And so I think that is honestly what ignited my passion and my fire to say, like, am I really happy like with what I'm doing right now? Do I really like how I'm representing myself? Right. And it's so interesting because like in my recent podcast, I talk about like I used to go to work being this like professional news anchor, and like I had this whole personality, and then I would go home and like behind closed doors, I was just like somebody different. It was like I was presenting as like two different people. And I think sometimes we do that. Like I think sometimes like in our business, in, you know, in our corporate world or whatever job you work in, like you show up and you're like, I'm going to be this professional, like put together person. You're on. Mm-hmm. And then you go home and then you're like, just
don't
relaxed.
Talk to me.
Like you're just so different. And so I think my job, honestly, is to like be who you are at all times. Like no matter.
I cuss in church.
That's why I joke during prayer.
Well, 100%. I love it. I think that's very strong. I actually, Theo Von on his podcast, there was a clip of him talking about how.
Hey, Levi, why you think about that? Levi?
No, please don't. I'm not going to be able to come back to it. Thank you.
No. Push it down. There you go.
What did you say? Finding your...
Sorry.
So Theo Von on his not most recent, but one of his recent podcasts, he was talking about living your life for you.
Yeah.
And changing that from, am I doing this for other people or am I doing this for myself? And that hit me a lot this week.
Right.
Because I am in that corporate world where I'm a liaison. And my wife will tell you, it was at our work Christmas party.
Yeah.
People would... I think that she got the question 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Is Levi always like on like when he's at home? And my wife is same response, just laughs and she's like, no.
Yeah.
Because when I walk in the door, like dead. And it's just not the same.
No energy, nothing.
But I want the energy I have at work
to
for
be
my
at home.
family. And so that's where everyone talks about this
so
work-life
crazy.
balance.
That's interesting.
But
I literally just talked about that.
Yeah.
On my recent episode. That's crazy.
I haven't got to watch the most recent one yet.
Well, it's not out yet. Well, it's about to be, maybe.
No, I haven't watched the one with the Topeka superintendent.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that next to watch.
But the one I recently talked about was like the difference between branding and marketing, right? And so like I talk about how like you have to start with branding before you start marketing, right? Because like branding is essentially like who you are, and then marketing is like telling people what you do and why you do it, right? And so it's like if you don't know who you are, how can consumers like buy or trust you? Right. You know what I mean? But like, it's interesting because I think that being on is like, it's really just, I don't know. It's kind of like the representative, right? It's like, I only want you to see this version of me and nothing past that.
Perfection.
Yeah. Which we talked about before.
Plug that episode in there.
Perfection is poison.
It is. And I just think that, I don't know, the way honestly God has like put me through a season of like stripping.
Mic drop.
He's literally been like stripping all of that like identity of perfectionism.
God's been stripping?
Yeah, me. Like he
It's yokey.
It's getting yokey over here. Right. But yes. No, you're good.
A lot of nerves
like,
saying I can't laugh during prayer, but he out here talking about my Jesus. Stripping. You never heard of that before?
Stripping, like God strips people.
I was
removing things
I was
from
making a joke.
And it's not funny.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I was like,
it was a joke.
All right. But yeah, so I went through. Levi, I'm back. Okay, so I was saying that I went through this season of stripping, and I think everybody needs to go through that.
She used to be a stripper.
This podcast is brought to you by Fabletics.
Okay, like what?
A season of shedding off old
Shedding. You've never heard of that term?
I did. It was a joke, but it's just
I was like,
the more
that's
it's gone
normal.
on. You went through a transitional phase.
Yes.
Didn't help. Not better. That's not a better choice of words. Can y'all just...
We're done.
Never mind. Let me just...
We're done.
Let me open my Tetris app.
I need you to be paying attention.
That was a... Okay. Wow.
I love that. I think what's cool is that in order to be able to sell something or sell yourself, what I like about your brand
that was on brand
is it's very the authentic part of it, because you have to be authentic. You have to believe. For instance, I sell hospice. I know that sounds weird. It is a very weird way to describe it.
I was sold.
I didn't know that.
I was sold. Like when
On
hospice
hospice?
came and like told like our family, like I was like, wow.
And that's so I am that person that comes in the room when you don't want to have that
like,
conversation and talk about it. But I talk about it from a spot of experience and a spot of passion and heart. Yeah. And what I'm saying is I truly believe in and I care in.
Yeah.
Do I know there's gonna be a ball drop somewhere? That's gonna happen no matter where you are at. And it's how you process those when you go through them. But I do think a big part of that is authenticity. And so I am, although like I still want to find that work-life balance of like coming home and being my authentic self.
Yeah.
I do have that passion for my job where I can go and sell it authentically to people.
Yeah.
Which helps.
That's interesting.
I just like really encourage people to just more so like show like the depths of themselves, right? So like for me, it's always like I want to showcase like I can be relaxed, right? Like I can show up in a space and be professional, but I can have a good time. I can also show up in a space and not have makeup on, right? So like I think for me, it's always important to showcase literally all parts and sides of me on social media because I just think it builds a stronger audience. They trust you. They know that like, hey, sometimes she gonna have her hair long or short. We don't know, you know, but I like to switch it up. So I just think that's important.
I love it.
So thank you. I know you're like, you have blonde in today. I was like, I do.
I have a weird eye where I can normally tell you if like.
Do I look the same though, right?
Huh?
I look the same.
Yeah, but I mean, with like you stripped a few
He doesn't
things.
even know what to say.
You stripped a few things.
Wait, I stripped a few things?
She's black. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, you're black?
Oh my God.
You know what Caleb was saying
what's your
earlier in his
business?
story?
Well, and that's actually
The next.
What's your business?
What is your brand? Your brand.
What's your brand? Ooh. Let's get into it. Let's unpack
You know, I got one of those.
We actually don't have
jobs.
time to get into Mikaela's.
I mean, I'm a lawyer.
This is an
real
hour
quick.
in.
I was just playing.
I know, we gotta cut it.
This is long.
There's 30 minutes have been cut out so far.
Okay. I was like,
It's true. Lots of laughter and such. My business. I have my own law firm. Nobody's like making eye contact with me.
I know. They weren't looking at
What
me
a
either.
conversation. Okay.
I got you, girl.
So I have a law firm.
Yes.
I'm really sorry.
Boss babe.
Yes. I feel like the question to follow really answers why I struggle like talking about it, but I really do love what I do. I do landlord tenant residential leasing.
What got you into it though? Were
real
you
estate
involved?
law.
Did you have a run-in with the law? You were like, you know what? I could do the other side. I could be on the other side of these shackles.
That's a very good question. I think that originally what got me into criminal law was having experience with that, like growing up. Of like having criminal activity happening like in my family. And I thought that was something that, I wanted to represent people to, help them still be with their families, I think. There's parts of me that are like, I'm editing things out of my speech right now, but
Why?
I would say, I know Danielle's
That's
sitting
not
next to me. So
authentic, Mikaela.
she's
Yeah,
pushing
like,
it right now.
why?
She's pushing the envelope. So like growing up, talked about this on her podcast, but like my dad was
love that episode,
he
by the
sold
way.
drugs. And so I think seeing that and then seeing like what it would be for a dad, because this didn't necessarily happen while we were in the same home. But for a dad to be removed from that situation, I think in the elementary school that I went to, there were lots of kids who would experience like their dads going to jail or XYZ. So originally when I did want to go into criminal defense, it was because I was exposed to criminals. So I felt like some sense of comfort around like unsafe situations.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, like I can do this. Like, and then I loved the idea of being kind of just like, I don't know, rugged, like a thug, but like I'm a boss
Thug life.
and I like set the thugs free.
Yeah.
But then somewhere along the line, when I was working in criminal law and I had to do a lot of murder cases, I realized very quickly in like going to jail visits and like having conversations with clients who have done some things, or
would be
allegedly,
Right, 'cause, yeah.
allegedly they did it. I realized I didn't like being in unsafe scenarios anymore.
Ooh, I like
Speaking
that.
of
Yeah.
laws and
like that.
lawyers, did you an update on the Diddy scandal? Did you hear that his
That's crazy.
defense lawyer quit?
really?
Yeah.
Like
Why?
Diddy's lawyer.
Because it gets crazy. The most you know.
That's
I
crazy.
guess he has a team of lawyers, and like each lawyer is like, you're in charge of this, like these accusations, you're in charge of these.
Especially when there's a ton of accusations.
So
Yeah,
the ones
100%.
that the lawyer that was in charge of like all of the like sex trafficking ones, this same lawyer, this is what I heard, is that this is the same lawyer that defended Osama bin Laden.
What?
Same lawyer.
Yeah.
Oh my
He
God.
quit. He was like, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore.
Oh my
Like,
God.
That's just, but
I bet it gets
that's
dark.
gossip news, and I hate that I'm
Yeah.
telling you that because I
I was
hate that it
surprised
caught
that came
my
from
eye.
him, but
But I think
yeah.
in that, it's like the level of exposure that you have to the reality of what's going on.
Yeah.
And you have conversations, you're having real conversations with these people in real time. And you, whether they say they did it or they didn't, you're getting some type of a response. And as a human, kind of. And honestly, as I was transitioning from doing criminal defense to where I am today, I felt this switch of like, if I want to go towards criminal defense, I'm going to have to cut something off of myself morally.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to have to make a switch of that. And I realized I didn't want to lose that side of myself.
Yeah.
So then when the
Yeah.
opportunity presented itself to continue doing what I had already been doing, which was landlord tenant, I was like, okay, this makes sense. And a big blessing. It was given to me, the book of business for that. And I was
That's
able
awesome.
to open up my own law firm. I've been doing it for almost a year now.
Yeah.
And what's the official name? Is
MLLG Law.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her initials?
There are my initials.
I would
So
hire
cute.
you in an instant.
Wait, what?
Thank you.
You said you wouldn't?
Would.
I would.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's like,
What did I say wrong? This.
I was like, what?
my girl is ready.
just like-
She
I'm
from the
just
trenches.
Just kidding. I'm sorry, Leve. That was really rude. I'm really not a rude person.
But okay, what was that one question that follows this?
What's your overall? So, what would you guys say your overall goal or your overall vision is for your? We kind of talked about your vision, but what's your goal? Like, what
Yeah.
is the end goal? Maybe there's not an end goal, but what do you see in your future?
Yeah. Well, for me, I've always wanted my own talk show. So my hope is to become like a traveling podcast until whenever the Lord like opens that door to have a talk show. Because I feel like nowadays, like you guys know, like I don't see myself like sitting in one space. Like I don't know. I feel like we all have our own talk shows.
You want to be like an Oprah?
I was gonna say you
don't
do have a
know.
talk show.
Not
It's
really.
just that's a part, but yeah.
I don't know. People ask me if I want to be Oprah. I'm like, no, there
I
can
mean, you're not
only
going to be
one.
Oprah. You're going to be your own person. But like, the way
yeah.
No, she
her
wants to be
format- her
Danielle
format-
J. Martin.
Her
Yeah.
format is.
Yeah, definitely similar. Or honestly, like similar to Tamron Hall. I don't know if you guys know her.
Yep.
But obsessed with her. Yes. So I see that as being long term. And then as far as like the goal for my actual business, I would love my own content studio. So people can come in,
Yes.
rent the space. I can do my podcast there, but also like have a space for photography. So
I've actually thought about that for us. Like, it would be really nice to have like an office where our studio is set up 100% of the time, because we do have like the decor and the couch furniture set up all the time.
Decor.
This is a nursery 5 days a week.
But it is. I mean,
Oh
our son,
gosh.
during the week, he stays home with my wife. And so he has a play area in here. And so we move all this. But it would be really cool to have like a spot where
You just
even
come
I
in.
could go and just like film some stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and not have to get to Julie right away to edit or learn how to, just different things. That would be a really fun goal. Could you imagine Caleb be like, hey, what's up? Heading to the office. And
That's
it's
the goal.
our own company. Like, that's really cool.
That's the
That is
goal.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to be your own boss.
What's your end goal, Mikaela?
My end goal, truthfully, I would like to be a judge.
Oh.
Yeah.
You would be a sexy judge.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Like, not in that
Hey,
way.
you see what I'm saying? She's rizzing me right now.
Not in the way, but I mean, like, she would be very attractive. This is
what do you
not
mean
She
like.
wants
not
to
in
see me
that
in a
way?
black robe.
Oh my God. I'm not trying to be gay right now. I'm really not.
She's not.
I'm just saying, like, do you ever like look at your friends? You're like, man, you could do that. Like, that's the type of friendship we have.
I look at my
like,
friends and say, yeah,
like, we
you
hype
could
each
definitely
other
do that.
up.
But what I never have looked at Levi and said, yo, you be a sexy podcast host, bro. Like, no.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
that
feel
just
like that's
feels
probably
weird.
different for y'all,
It
but
feel-
like,
it feels
like
weird.
women, we could do that.
You know which? So we
And that mic looks really handsome on you, Levi.
I'd like to be a judge.
no
Thank you.
Thank you.
On American Idol?
No. I'd like to be in the
That would have been.
I was wrong.
the Supreme
I love
Court
that.
judge.
Yeah. You could no,
What
but
about the Masked Singer?
That's next level.
ooh, that would be fun. I just don't feel like
I don't want to
know-
be a judge for that.
Well, and I think it's cool. So I know we've gotten off on some topics
Yeah.
today.
I'm sorry.
No, it's actually been good. It's
Okay.
been a really fun. That's what I love. It. This is a guide, but that's not. This is not our like script.
Yeah.
We don't have a script. It all comes from our heart and our authentic selves. But we were kind of getting into a topic, and I kind of want to touch on this, Caleb. We've kind of talked about this a little bit before. I know you have probably talked to others about it. Masculine energy and feminine energy.
I was like, what the heck are you talking about, bro? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was giving it tossing.
That
it
was
to you.
that was the handoff? That
Well,
was
yeah,
pitiful.
yeah, you screwed it up.
I did. I
transitioned
apologize.
back into the show, and we're back to square one.
All right, so you know what this is? This you know where this came from? Like where this idea came from, Mikaela?
Wow.
Do you?
Because I be popping off about this subject, huh?
Well, I think you had called me, or we were on the phone. We were talking about something, and you were like, "Do I have masculine energy?"
Okay, I had been in like a series of conversations with dating.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, like I was just like in a space of like dating, and I kept being hit with this question of, or no, they would say like as a part of something that they were looking for in a woman was feminine energy. And I think because the culture has really like, they love that. I was just like, I have one more person saying this feminine energy to me thing, like I'm going to be sick. But the reality of why I felt that way was because this is where I asked him the question. I'm like, do I have masculine energy? Because these men are saying that they want feminine energy, but
Right.
I know what I feel. And I
You know
can
how you
say
present.
that. Yeah, that's it.
Or maybe you weren't like really aware of like how you present yourself. Like, do I present as having feminine energy, or do I present as having more masculine energy?
Right.
And it was the question threw me for a loop. I was like,
let me ask my guy friend.
I was like, no, you don't. You are feminine. You did one thing that I was like, that's masculine energy all day right there. But it was.
I remember what that was.
But also-
Don't leave that there.
And don't ask.
No, I'm going to say, but also on the flip side, if you flip that to us with the whole masculine energy thing, I feel like I'm a little bit in the opposite boat of you.
That's real.
Are you saying like you put off feminine energy?
I do, which then people will say, "Oh, you're gay," and that's why it frustrates me because I want to just be myself. I want to be authentic, but I feel like this world is so hyper focused on. This is kind of a small rant, but I was bullied really badly. Everyone talks about like, yes, we've got to stop bullying. People bully every single day. We get comments and stuff like. There was one. I love watching two gay men talking about something like.
Oh, yeah, we get teased a bit because when I was in high school, I got really into being or presenting as metrosexual, which was like the ultimate. Like
and I hate that
he's
term.
male, but he gives off feminine energy.
Yeah.
Oh, and I rode that wave for a hot second. I was really into it. I
Yeah.
didn't care. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved being clean and bathed and I smelled great. But like now it's like being if you're a male, the I guess the stigma is having any sort of feminine energy is like, I need a more masculine man. There was a girl that I tried to date and she was like, I need a man. I was like, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
I'm a
I think
male.
though
I
that
fit the bill.
It can be
Yeah.
She's
different
like,
traits
you're too
that
feminine
you're
for me. And I
attracted
was
to or
like,
you're not attracted to.
Well, and that's fine because this world, not everyone is everyone's cup of tea.
But I think it's the fact where you
know?
discard someone based off of which inner. I don't even know if it's
Or you
discard
attack
or you
them.
attack them. I think that's really it.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
necessarily like you can say like this isn't compatible because I do notice that you're a little more nurturing and like caring and I love that, but like I want to be that person and I don't really I'm not necessarily looking for that. I can't say that that's the truth for me, but I think that that's okay to say rather than shaming you, which I think is where I was like, yeah, I'm masculine. Like, are you going to shame me for it? Because a lot of the traits of masculine energy is like dominant, like leadership. Actually, I have a list.
Works out.
assertive.
Fit works out, assertive, aggressive,
Working out is masculine.
independent, not easily influenced, dominant, active, not easily hurt emotionally, decisive,
These
tough.
are masculine traits?
Yeah, these are masculine traits.
Yeah.
You can be a little less sensitive to others' feelings, not very desirous of security, rarely cries, logical, analytical, blunt, not nurturing, which these are kind of like the opposite end of what feminine is.
I don't think any of those are like necessarily, I think those are just human qualities. Like
Right.
this person.
No, but I think that more
but
people can lean into the
society-
masculine side of.
Yeah. I think
Those
we
are
all
kinda
have
masculine.
both tendencies.
Yeah.
Like honestly.
And they
But
come
I
out at
think
different
like what
times,
is
yeah.
like the new culture like conversation is that there's just a lot of feminine, there's a lot of women acting masculine and there's a lot of like men acting feminine. Like that's what's like the main conversation, which I don't know, like it's just interesting because I mean, we laugh about it all the time, but I'm like, there are a lot of like men who are just, at least in the dating pool,
Yeah.
that are.
As far as leadership.
Yeah, there's like none. You
There's
know what I
not a
mean?
lot.
Like there's just, it's very low.
And that's the
None.
This is a
None.
huge thing in society that it's not something that like we can just change by talking about, but I think it
Yeah.
does need to be discussed. Because whether you're a female that has more masculine tendencies or a male that is feminine tendencies, which first off, that is
Yeah.
everyone's own personal opinion.
Yeah.
Because what may be,
masculine and feminine.
what may be,
But I think that we could still put them into those trait categories and not.
yes.
But you know what's interesting is your job requires you to have feminine or what they would call feminine energy.
Well, and I want to talk. That's what I hate. So, and this has been my whole life. I've been bullied since middle school. In middle school and high school, it was really bad. Got moved out of the district. A whole bunch of stuff. That could be a whole nother topic.
That's sad.
But my thing is, but it made me who I am, and I was able to grow from it. So I don't look at it as sad anymore. I'm glad it happened. I mean, I
I'm
don't want it
using
to
it for the
happen to
better.
anyone. I'm using
Right.
it for the
Right.
better, and
Yeah.
I don't hold any ill will towards anyone that, because they were kids,
Right.
And I would hope by now that there is some
yeah.
mind shift. But I want to know, like, so for me, I am very caring. I do not like hunting. I do not like fishing.
Yeah.
I will go work on a car and change stuff, but I don't like working on cars or football. I love football. I love the Chiefs. I'm not going to watch every game.
Yeah.
I'm not the standard guy. And so,
And I sit like this. So
listen,
I get teased for something like this all the time.
Which I don't know why. I
I'm
think
not
a lot of
skinny.
men
I'm not
I love
skinny
sitting
enough
like
to
this.
sit that way.
I can tell you why they tease you. No, I'm just kidding. No,
This is what's wrong. No.
it is
But
what's
how
wrong with
do we-
society.
How
Yeah.
do we change the narrative that we go about with it? Because that's the thing. We're all we're gonna see these things,
Yeah.
but it's how we treat another person.
Yeah. I think it just depends on like what scenario are we talking about? Like I think Mikaela, you're about to touch on it, but like in a day-to-day job, there's a lot of women that have to show up in their workplace
In
masculine
masculine
energy.
energy.
We have to, especially in your field.
Right.
You
That
know
would
what
be
I mean?
crazy if I showed up crying.
Hey, what? You don't have time for that. Like, you know, so it just depends. But if we're talking about
feel for him, Your Honor. Like,
Your
water,
we should just take a moment and just, how do we feel?
right. But if we're talking about relationships,
Right.
then women, yes, you should lean into your feminine energy, right? And so I think it just depends on like, what are we talking about? Like, are we talking about workplace? Are we talking about relationships? Like, it just really depends.
Are you saying that there's a time and a place for each one?
Yes.
Okay.
See, and it's
100%.
hard. And I'm not just saying me, but I feel like in general, I feel like for a lot of people, it overflows into both.
I'm
And you
not
have
gonna lie, I used to be
experiences
very
in both.
masculine in relationships.
What did that look like though?
Oh.
Got her. I'm just kidding.
Were you
It
the
looks-
one like, were you
be
setting the date and
authentic.
plans and
I
were you
know.
initiating like
No,
the
okay.
dating or like what
Were
did
you
that
wearing
look
the
like?
pants?
I was trying to. I was trying to be very controlling in the relationship. In all my relationships. Okay,
To
honestly,
combat, like
to be very honest, I didn't realize like I was the toxic
You
one.
mean to be very authentic.
Yeah, to be very authentic.
On brand.
there
I
you
love
go.
it. Yeah, I
should
was
hire
very
him.
toxic. I should. We should work together.
You were toxic?
I was. But okay, there's a lot of people that have to be honest about that. I was toxic because I was not healed. Right? So it's like we are maneuvering in relationships based on our trauma. right? So I'm just saying that, like, I can be honest today, and I'm like the freest I've ever been in my life. So yes, I will put myself out there and say I was toxic in majority of my relationships because I wanted control. It's like, oh, I trust you, babe. You got it. But like, what you really doing? Like, how are we really going to get there? And like,
so you always had walls up.
Yeah, like not fully trusting.
So you would sit in the passenger seat, but be like, you need to take a right
100%. I was driving in the past. I was like the driver.
Do you know where that stemmed from? And you don't have to get personal. Like you don't have to get like super deep.
Yeah, where does that stem from?
It's a very simple daddy issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. Like we talk about it all the time. We talked about it in our episode. You should go watch it. But yeah, daddy issues. So I think a lot of women who are, you know, maneuvering in masculine energy in their relationships is because they have trauma they have not addressed. Honestly. And it's because you don't fully trust yourself and you don't fully trust him.
The guy that you're with.
The guy that you're with.
And I think that's where I would add, if you want a woman who is strong to operate in her feminine energy, then I think that the guy has to present with a lot of masculine energy and like leadership and direction and clarity and like just a lot of like, you want us to be soft. You know, you want me to show up in feminine energy, then like provide the masculine energy. So I feel safe to like show up in that.
Yeah.
But then men are not leading.
Well, so then I got to be the man.
There really is.
I got to plan the dates. I got to tell you where we want to go.
Yeah,
I got to pursue.
That's not my current relationship.
Opposites attract.
I'm just kidding.
That's
you know, Julia, I will say Julia is
a hater.
Me and Julia are completely opposite.
Yeah.
So yes, I am more caring and I'm not as manly as people, but I also like in our relationship, I'm very like I wouldn't say assertive. I feel like assertive is very masculine.
Ooh, okay. Talk about your man, girl.
But didn't she have to like make the first move? Didn't Julia have to initiate the hand?
Yes.
Didn't she make?
But that's okay.
And that came from being
that's just-
bullied.
Initiation.
Right.
But that's the
He's
thing.
addressing his trauma. Come on, Levi.
But you just needed her.
No.
That's where
Thank you.
Wait, pause. I would say that's where that's okay. Like I think that a woman can initiate in that way and give you like a little bit of like hey, like, you know, I'm giving you a little something to show you that I'm interested.
Right. Now it's up to you to move it forward.
Well,
with your
in the
masculine
standard
energy.
roles of masculine and feminine, you know what? I want her to be assertive. There are times I'm the one that normally makes the decision on where we eat because she won't decide.
The what?
Where we eat. Because she like
the Dijon.
She won't make the decision. Like because she's indecisive. Yeah, and so 9 times out of 10, I will make the decision. However,
why is that?
7 times out of 10, I want her to make the decision.
We're always like indecisive when it comes to food. All the time.
I think a part of being indecisive is, I think that
like, nah,
this must be my dumb opinion, but I think that women do have an idea of what they want, but they're unsure of what their partner wants. And so they're like, they don't want to make the call. They don't want to make a bad call. So
that's
like,
good.
I don't know where to pick because they know where they want to eat, but they don't
so
want.
you name the option that I don't want, and I'm going to be like, nah.
Well, and what I will say
that's my opinion on why I think women are indecisive.
Yeah, say that one more time.
Is not that they don't know what they want. It's just they want you to like they don't want to make a bad choice. And so when you say, hey, where do you want to eat? And she's like, I don't really know. Like she knows like kind of what she wants, but she also wants you to enjoy the same thing that she may or may not suggest.
Well, and this is a thing for me in my relationship and my experience. So I am very observant. I'm very attentive to my wife's needs. So like when I'm at the store, I'm just going to ignore him. When I'm at the store, things are like, whenever I'm at, no matter what, I truly am consistently thinking of her and like, how can I do something for her, you know, to lift her up?
You're such a little sweetie.
I love my wife.
Sweet.
We all know.
I love you guys.
Julia's the best.
She's
You guys
in
are like
love.
the most cutest. I tell
We're gonna
Mikaela
get out
all
of
the
here
time.
soon.
I'm like, I'm obsessed with them.
Hey, we gonna
They're
leave y'all
adorable.
soon. You heat in the oven right now. Remember we talked about that?
Warming
No
the oven.
What are we doing?
No more
What are we
babies.
talking about?
No more babies.
You didn't have to bring a baby out of the oven.
She said warm the oven.
Yeah, to
Or
put
heat
a bun in the oven.
That's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be the bun. You don't always have to put the bun in the oven.
All right.
Getting yoked.
There's no more
Did
bread
you
in
just say
our
it's getting
house.
yoked in here again?
It's getting yoked in here.
I like my eggs.
I will say we're gonna get ready to move on to our segment, which you're on here, and it is your voice.
That's crazy.
Oh, I thought we were going to ask one more question about this stuff.
I kind of did like this topic.
No, I did
like
too.
2
I just know on
seconds.
time.
just
I
been
was
2
gonna
hours.
suggest.
Julia said we're fine.
Okay.
She's going to cut
I
everything
want to talk
out
about
that you said.
mansplaining. No,
What?
I'm just playing. I don't want to talk
Okay.
about mansplaining. But there's a
Okay,
question
I
on
wanted
there.
to read my comments.
Go ahead, pop off.
Please read the please. Read
But
the
before you
I
read
would
your
like to get to
comments,
my
so what
comments.
was
Okay.
because I think you made a post on social media about
Oh, yes.
trying to gather some. What was the post about?
So I was trying to gather people's thoughts
Oval
about,
hands.
okay, what do you think masculine energy means versus
Yeah.
feminine energy? What are your thoughts on that? There were some people who went off. I have literally like
Were they women or men?
women.
I did the same thing.
About-
Literally, look at this.
About
Wow.
They sent a whole
Yeah,
thing.
you're not going to read the whole thing.
I did.
I'm not gonna read
I
the
did
whole
the same
thing.
thing. I asked the question: when does masculine energy become toxic?
Right, that
And
too.
there was so many comments. A lot of them.
Yeah.
What surprised me the most about it is that a lot of them were from women saying
Yeah.
it's not a thing.
Oh,
And I was like,
really?
whoa. Yeah, a lot of women, and I thought women would come out the woodwork like, this is why.
I
This
do
is
think, though,
Yeah.
that goes back to, like, there's not enough men showing up in masculine energy.
100%. Can I be
So,
honest?
like,
though?
for it to be toxic.
No,
like,
well,
we
do
just
you-
want
do
some
you
Do you
I'm
think
being
that's because
honest,
a lot
but,
of
like,
men
can I
are
share
raised
something?
by
Authentic?
fathers?
Can I be authentic? Can I
I'm
share
just
something
saying.
that offended me?
Because
What's
I
up,
wasn't.
Danielle?
We're having 2 different conversations, though, so we
sorry.
should probably get
That was actually really good though.
That was
Let's
good.
stay on brand though.
What did y'all say?
We are on brand.
Well, what did you say?
There's not enough men being masculine
yeah.
In this world,
Right.
and I said, do you think that
to
is-
call it toxic.
Yeah, and I said, do you think that relates to men not being raised by fathers?
Ooh, that's
Because
good.
That's
there are a
100%.
lot
That's a
of
whole deep
fathers
topic.
that, yeah,
100%.
that walk out. Mine did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That's
is
it.
very
Like,
but
they're just presenting what their mom taught them. Nurture.
And that's why I
Oh.
think there is a power in having that multiple head of household relationship. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I would agree, yes, 100%. But there are men who are very strong, alpha, bold, confident.
scary.
You know,
cocky.
no.
Rude.
But I'm just saying
Narcissistic.
there are a lot of masculine men who were raised by their mother and have
it's a
a
little bit
masculine
too much.
energy. So I'm just saying,
I
it
have
just
experienced it in a toxic
I
So,
agree.
let's read some
I think it
comments from you,
depends on
Danielle.
yeah,
Yeah, it just depends.
the
But-
friends you're around and all that stuff. Yeah.
So one comment that offended me. Let's just read that one first. Someone said I had masculine energy.
You? Wow.
So
You
they
know,
they
if I
use
show you who it was from, you would be like,
they
Girl,
use
that
the
you have
opportunity
masculine
to
energy.
attack
Yes.
you. Is what I'm saying.
Which I didn't
That's
even.
the problem in this world.
You know what's funny?
I
I,
was-
didn't
look
want
at
to talk
this.
about this subject with her because I was like, how are
Yeah,
you
she
going to put
didn't.
one very masculine energy on this side of the couch and one very like feminine energy is what
but
I would
I don't
say.
think she's masculine. I think you're only masculine in your role
Yeah.
for work. I
But
think
now
you're
that
very,
I didn't know you operated in masculine energy.
I can in relationships.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that's like,
Yeah, I'm bringing
know
out
you-
my
I didn't know
feminine
you
side,
did that.
though. I'm just waiting for my husband.
she's trying to be soft. She's trying to have her soft girl era. Anyway,
Call
what's
me.
this
I'm
comment?
just kidding. Okay, look. who
Somebody
said
called
this.
her.
Caleb?
Shut up, Levi.
I know.
That's
So
crazy.
someone said, you definitely give off masculine energy. I said, wow, that's interesting. And yeah, I'm not going to read that next comment, but
Did H-Town come out?
no, it was just like, I think this person just liked me. And I was just like, well, I'm not going to give you a side of me that if I'm not interested in you, you're not going to
That
get
part.
that feminine side.
That
Oh, this
part.
this sounds like a male commented this.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But what ladies are saying, which I think is true, I'll read the shorter one
I
first.
want to hear
But
the response you gave him.
I was definitely like
That's for Patreon.
Were you out of
yeah.
character?
100%.
That's the extended episode.
No, I just there is a side of me that like if I'm not interested, you're gonna get very just dry energy, like no response.
Which take a hint at that point.
Yeah.
Some don't.
That really
I
takes a
know.
lot for her to do that.
It-
She's a little too nice, if you ask me. That's where I have male energy to the max. Just masculine.
yeah, she did call me out. She was like, "You're a little too flirty." I'm like, "No, I'm just really nice. Like I just care about
She's
people's
feminine
feelings."
to the.
That's the thing. And people take.
I'm like, why is she talking to this man that she
My
do
whole
not
li-
like?
Yeah.
just like nurturing his feelings.
No, I just like to pay attention to people, make people feel seen and heard.
God
And
bless
If you don't like them, should she be doing that?
But even if like they make you mad and they start crying,
Is it
you
leading
would
them
still,
on?
like
That is such a pet peeve of mine.
it depends on
What?
who it is.
that's true. I mean, if it was someone that scored,
Women who are nice, like a little too nice, like what you doing? Like it's like
Hey, I'm not gonna point, but
that is such
you
a
are
pet
so
peeve.
nice to
But
some
here's
guys
the
who are
thing.
like.
I
"She
think
don't
we
even like
often
him.
in
She don't even
society.
Like she complimented me, I was like,
Yeah, but here's the thing. We
I'm playing.
Caleb,
Yeah.
we in society today, we make judgments from the first second. And that is not what we should be doing. And I think that's what's wrong, kind of what we've been talking about.
Right.
Because everyone is going to show off a different manner, whether this masculine is going to be different than this masculine, this feminine.
100%.
So if you're just getting to know someone, like that should not be your thing to say,
Right.
oh, well, you're masculine. No, get to know me, like,
That's good.
you know, have a couple dates or
100%.
build a friendship and then know my
See
heart.
That part.
And you're going to not
Yeah.
even realize the masculine or the feminine.
Yeah.
Know me as a person.
Yeah, that's why
100%.
she says I'm not too masculine, I guess.
I mean, she has her moments, but she's fine. Okay, this comment said, I'm sure it's already been said, but I didn't tap into the real feminine energy till I met my husband, and he really allowed me to soften up. So how many women feel
I
like
like
they
that.
can't like really show that side
Yeah.
until the right man comes along and like softens them up a little bit? Did that happen for you?
That's crazy.
Because
Put
I'm
that
telling
on
you,
the
this woman is a
segment.
whole different person over here.
That's crazy. Giving him a lot of credit.
I mean, we're not, but she is different. I will say that. Like, she's a lot happier.
There's a,
She's been
there's a spark.
Yeah, before
There's
him,
a
she was
spark.
miserable out here.
Miserable,
no.
just
Before though,
angry.
she was a little crazy. She was a little crazy.
I was leading
You
in a
were
very
more serious.
masculine energy
Yes.
because
You didn't trust
there was a
them.
lot of men out here who they just weren't presenting good leadership.
that part.
And so it's just like, you're pursuing me, but you're not. You're confusing.
Playing games.
And it honestly would make me like show up in a very hard version of myself, a very walled version, because I can't trust this. But yeah. I'm
So do you
doing
think
better
that's
now. I'm
true?
better
Like, do
now.
you think women like don't really soften up unless they have the right person to make them soft?
I think that
guess?
some, I don't want to make a generalized statement and say all women are just waiting to be
softened
softened
up.
up by a masculine
Buttered
man.
up.
Be yoked.
I'm trying to be buttered up.
I don't think that's the case for
Yoke is crazy.
all. I think it is the case for some. It's like for single women who are actively looking for a relationship or actively looking for a partner. They are some of the conversations that I've had with single female friends of mine is they have to be like very masculine. They have to do a lot of like household tasks that they're like, I wish a man would be here to do this. I don't want to do this. And they have to, I find them to be a little bit more assertive. They're definitely a lot more forward, and I wouldn't say demanding is the word, but they definitely know what they want.
Yeah.
And they're not afraid to speak their truth and be very upfront about who they are and what they're looking for.
Yeah.
And that sort of assertiveness can come off to someone who maybe doesn't, a partner who's not really like presenting with a lot of masculine energy is, you're a very masculine. They would say you're intimidating because you have,
Or you're too
you
strong.
know who you are.
Yeah.
You're sure of yourself.
Yeah.
And I need someone, not me, but like a man that maybe doesn't present with a lot of masculine energy would be intimidated by that, and you're a little too much for me. And it's like it's unfortunate.
Well, and I agree. I think that was really good with what you said.
I was babbling.
That's okay.
I was yapping.
I thought it was really good. I will say,
I hope
and I
said
don't
that
want
right.
to, I want to relate it to me. And so on the other end of that,
You were gonna say, I want to relate it to Christ. I was like, what are you doing?
no, yes, Father God.
This is wild.
I know.
But
We need to really check your relationship with
But
the
in
Lord.
my
This is why you
marriage,
don't come on.
when I got married to Julia,
I don't care.
she,
Yes.
because of being married, I became more masculine because at that point,
And I love that.
I had to take on the authority.
Yeah.
I had to be the guy.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't rely
guy.
on.
That's beautiful.
I couldn't rely on Papa or Ron, or I couldn't rely on my friend. Like if there was a spider,
Yeah.
listen,
He said, I don't want to have to get
Dang,
it.
go get that spider. I heard it.
Yeah.
But you had to get it.
every time, and it pissed me off every time. She'd be like,
Oh
"Babe,
my
there's a spider."
gosh.
I'm like, "Go kill it." And she's like, "No." But if you would have seen me trying to kill the spider,
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Can
glad
I
there's
see
no
that?
video. I'm glad there's not
Please
a video.
You're
record it next
scared?
time.
Oh, I was.
Oh my gosh.
It was this about this
See,
big.
now
Oh,
Julia
yeah.
likes that.
And then we had a
if
vacuum.
that was me, I'd be like,
She's
get the
"Use
damn
vacuum."
spider.
Well, see me,
I mean,
I
the
take
darn
hairspray
spider.
and get the spider to
Oh,
stick,
yeah.
and then I'll like shoot it with some like
Yeah,
cleaner,
I'm like, you're doing
maybe.
too much. I
But
probably would just go
Julia's
over
like,
and
"Get the
stomp on the
vacuum."
spider.
So I put the vacuum up to it, and then like it fell,
Oh my
and so then I
God.
screamed bloody murder and ran.
Yeah.
And
My
I ended up
God.
killing it though, and I
Yeah.
survived. I saved us from our house.
Look,
I was
there's
gonna-
nothing. Oh, go ahead.
This just reminded me of the question that I really liked about the downside of being a business owner is like having to accept that role right there of like it rises
Being in
and
charge,
falls on you.
Yeah, because you
Everything
don't.
is your choice. Everything
Yeah.
is your, if you make money, you don't make money, like all of that is.
That part.
Well, and I know that we are all Christians here.
Are we?
Yes, we are. But like
Okay.
when you
Oh
when
my
you leave
God.
your family and you cleave to your spouse,
Yeah.
you then have to you have to take on those
Gotta
responsibilities.
adult up.
And
Yeah.
then even more so now that we have kids, like
Yeah.
I have to be
Yeah.
a man for my kids.
How did
Yeah.
you learn that?
Ooh, okay, with the question.
Lots of trauma. Lots of trauma.
Wait, how did you learn how to be
A man.
a man for your kids?
Lots of trauma.
Really?
Lots of trauma.
I don't understand.
Because
Through like how you were actually like functioning in your day to day.
So here's my thing. What I mean by that is, so my biological father left when I was 6.
Okay.
Been an alcoholic my whole life. Barely have a relationship with the
Yeah.
man. I never really had a strong father figure outside of my grandpa or my papa. And then also Ron, when he came into my life, even though I didn't realize it then, and this is the part about healing,
Yeah.
he was showing me what a man was like even then when we couldn't stand each other.
Yeah.
And so,
Good. Those are good qualities that you could take and now apply.
yeah, because it showed me for the first time, this is how a man should treat a woman. This is
Yeah.
how a man should lead his household.
Okay.
But I mean, I think there were things, but I talked about being bullied and learning from that. My kindness comes a lot from that and seeing people's stories. And I just told you a second ago, even if I hate someone and they start crying,
Yeah.
typically my heart will break for them instantly, no matter
God.
how dirty they've done for me, because I don't like to see people hurt.
Yeah.
Now I can be mean. Caleb, you know I can be mean.
Yeah, I've seen Chad.
But yes, Chad, exactly.
He's rude.
He's trifling. That boy's off. He's from Indy.
Okay,
So-
maybe
But
he's
the
gonna
water's
watch
good.
the show.
No, Chad is him. Levi's real name is Chad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She's like, you're talking a lot of stuff on Chad. It's him.
I'm so
Levi is
sorry.
Chad.
Okay. Wow.
He's him.
When I was talking though, and
Gotcha.
I said Chad, or you said Chad, I was like, Danielle has no clue what
I
Chad
had
is.
no idea.
And so,
I'm so
yeah.
sorry. Welcome to the show.
All right, so now,
Wait, but my real question is how have you learned how to be masculine when that wasn't modeled to you? How have you, how have you become a good dad?
yeah, I didn't answer your question properly.
You didn't.
Well, you kind of
But that's
did.
okay.
Trauma. You said trauma.
So,
But I don't think that's the
well,
answer.
Like-
the father thing,
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be a dad because I didn't have that. And like, I've helped raise a lot of my cousins growing up.
Yeah.
I would help watch them on the weekends and stuff like that. And so when I become a parent and situations happen, at the end of the day, now that I have to, when you have to do something, it's like procrastination.
innate.
You just do it.
Okay.
And I say trauma because I think everything does happen for a reason. There is purpose in pain, no matter how hard that pain is. And that's a hard thing to accept. But I do believe those situations mold you and grow you to who you will become and who you will raise.
So to learn
so
to do
good.
the opposite, would you say? Of what you like saw or what you didn't see.
All the situations.
Your trauma taught you what you didn't want or what you didn't want to give.
I would say processing the trauma a little bit more. And that's saying something because I haven't fully processed it all.
So walking through the issues has helped you become a better father.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I think.
And a better husband.
That's so good.
I think, well, I answer and then you have a question about it. And I get confused every time.
Because she's trying to unpack.
But I love it. Yeah.
There's just a lot to that. I think that a lot of men who maybe we're saying, you know, are lacking in this masculine energy because they maybe were raised by a woman. I think, and even just seeing in my own home, you know, of like, where do we get the example of a father if we don't have one in our home?
So when I say trauma, I guess really sounds, the word trauma, I guess, is very,
Negative.
very big. It's a big word to say. I would say by seeing how it was done wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say names on the podcast or relationships, but there are family members who I have seen mistreat women in front of my eyes in a way you should never.
Right.
Yeah.
As a kid, I was seeing that and I knew it was wrong. And then also when my dad left, for some reason in me, I had to become the man of the house, even though I was the baby.
Yeah.
And I became very, very protective over my mom. And so I think that also navigating my life as that has helped as well, because I've learned how to, you know, care for someone else. You know, it was my mom, but, you know, care for someone. And if I wanted to make sure she was okay or that she was strong, because, you know, she was a single mom. Single mom who worked 3 jobs. She loves the kids and never left.
I know that song and I don't.
I've never heard
It's
it.
country for sure.
Oh, the vocals.
I don't know the song.
You guys don't. It's from a TV show.
Oh, never heard
It
it.
sounds very familiar, but I don't know the TV show.
Reba.
Wow. Caleb, what are you thinking over there?
That's white people stuff is what he's thinking.
That's not what I was thinking at all.
I'm just kidding.
But thank you.
Reba. Yeah. So here's
know
my
this
thing.
song.
What about Caleb? Caleb, where
about
did you
Yeah,
learn?
we haven't talked to you in like 30 minutes.
I know.
That's why he's looking like
That's why
that.
we're getting into the conversation.
No, I'm
Like,
fine.
what are you thinking over there?
I'm fine. I'm having a great time.
Honestly, Caleb, like, how did you become the dad that you are today? And the people will be bashing on you as a husband, so we won't touch that subject. But
I became the father that I am today because I'm being the father that I wanted.
yeah, that's good.
That's the answer I was trying to say.
Thank God we gave him his 2-minute segment.
I know.
That was even 2 minutes. That was
like how
like
we
10
switched
seconds.
See, I
Yeah,
babbled.
Let me say
I
that
babbled and yapped.
just a little bit louder. Yeah, I just wanted to be the
became
father
the
that I've always wanted.
Yeah.
And she's not listening, but
Well, and
I
that's-
became the
We're
father that I
listening.
wanted. So like it. I mean, my son's one, but like I love to be in the
That's so
same room with him
good.
and play with him and hold him and like this morning, like I was up till 2 a.m. with that dude, and he just wouldn't go to sleep.
Watching you become a dad has been a big joy of mine. And watching Gabe light up
That's
at
my
you.
dog.
It's really fun. Also watching him get excited to see Uncle
You know what?
Levi.
I'm gonna send Julia put a picture of my son right there. Just,
Yeah, he's the model of
Yeah, insert baby sticker.
he's on the sticker. So
Adorable.
Danielle, you do live out in Topeka.
Yeah.
And so I would love to have you back sometime
Aw,
when you're in town, maybe hanging out.
hey,
for sure.
you can't.
We'll talk about it off the podcast too, but
Like-
I want to make
Yeah,
it.
we'll
love
have you
to
back.
do
We'd
that.
love to have you back.
I want her to I want her to feel good in the moment, so we can talk about it afterwards. But
Wait, what?
so I want to have you back sometime.
Oh my God. Yes.
Michaela, you may be able to join her.
Okay.
May?
Yeah, we're not having these two back at the same time.
Oh my God, we should
ever
though.
again.
We're like the best. Are we?
But
been
because
sitting
this
over
has
here.
been really
Yeah.
good topics, and sometimes
I love
they're
it.
like I kind of want to go back to some of our old episodes and
Yeah.
things that we said, and like now that I processed it, be like, oh no, this
Yeah.
real thought. But let's go to our weekly segment.
That's
crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Now, okay, let me just. Okay,
Oh my
I
gosh.
gave y'all homework to do. Did
You
y'all
did?
bring a question of the day or a question from the topics? Thank you.
I don't
All
understand.
right, so we'll just go right into the segment then. That's fine.
We're supposed to be bringing
I
homework?
sent y'all a text message in our group chat.
To be fair, I didn't read the
that's
text
crazy.
message either.
There's kind of a lot going on.
Yeah,
in the
there
group chat.
was.
Do you ever feel not important?
All the time.
Okay.
All the time.
So what do you got
gosh.
this week, Caleb?
It's a TikTok that I found and I saw it.
Did y'all watch it?
Nope. So I'm going to play it for
I
him.
did.
Okay, let me see.
We're having a debate in my home.
Yes, that's the one. So please.
About chocolate cake, about yellow cake.
The yellow cake and chocolate icing.
Let them watch, please.
It's a yellow cake. It's a yellow cake. Bro, okay. So we're having a debate in our home about yellow cake and chocolate icing. Everybody is saying that it's chocolate cake instead of your yellow cake with chocolate icing. It is not a chocolate cake. If I bring to a party a yellow cake and a chocolate icing, y'all want to expect a chocolate cake? It's not a chocolate cake. It's a yellow cake with chocolate icing. That is not a chocolate cake. A chocolate cake consists of
That gives me Rasputia.
that is a chocolate cake. That is yellow cake with chocolate icing. There is no.
Okay, not seeing her. The
question is
I hear
yellow cake
Rasputia
vanilla
in
cake?
my mind right
Yeah,
now.
100%.
That is a great question. I have no idea what
Wait,
flavor
what?
yellow cake is.
So yellow cake and chocolate icing is
Yeah.
a very common flavor that people have as their
I thought he
favorite.
was about to
It's
say
so
it's a very
delicious,
black
too.
thing.
It is delicious.
yellow
I've only
cake,
had it in black
chocolate
settings.
Yellow
icing.
cake, chocolate icing. But I would never
The guy,
classify
I
that
guess-
as chocolate cake.
the guy was like, "This is a chocolate cake," and the lady was like, "This is a yellow cake with chocolate."
Like if you
icing."
only saw the chocolate icing.
Well, and then,
Yeah, I mean, you would initially think, "Oh, a chocolate cake," but then as soon as you cut it open, you're like, "Oh, it's a yellow cake." You don't say, "Oh, it's
not
a
a chocolate cake." But she also said, if I had a strawberry cake with lemon icing, it would be a strawberry cake or something. And then he's like, no, it's a. I don't remember, but it was.
So
So
I guess
icing makes the
It
cake.
reminds me of the
gentleman was
Wicked Witch
saying-
dude.
The what?
The Wicked Witch meme.
Oh, the Wicked Witch of the East, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, that guy.
All
Hold
that
on,
just
hold
sounds
on,
like
hold
I'm
on.
about to go to the bathroom. So
That is funny.
I don't know about any of that.
No, so just maybe we're all sane people. So if it's a yellow cake with chocolate icing, that is not a chocolate cake, right?
That is correct.
Correct. I feel like
a
this.
yellow cake.
Danielle, are we all on one accord
I
here?
won't even be eating it. I don't know. Like
Well, my thing
Okay,
is
so you're not fun. Okay, go on.
with
I
yellow
would just
cake.
honestly eat white cake with white icing.
No, but you come
Chocolate
to
cake
a
with
party and
chocolate-
this is all that's there.
You never had a yellow cake?
You never had yellow cake chocolate? Next time she's back, we're having taste test.
You ain't never had a yellow cake, girl.
No.
But
Where
the
you
question
been?
is,
I will
what flavor
say-
is the
I have
yellow
That's
not.
cake?
giving masculine
You know
energy.
what? Touche.
It's just giving like
I would say
Uncultured. Just kidding.
I feel like
I
yellow
don't
cake
like
with chocolate
watermelon,
icing
so.
needs to have a name, like a cake name.
It's
Is
called yellow
spaghetti-
cake.
what?
Let's see if
Okay.
Danielle answers this correctly.
Okay.
Is spaghetti a side or is spaghetti a main dish?
Main dish.
Main dish.
It's a main dish.
See, y'all ain't black.
Are you talking about a side of
Everybody
fish?
knows that
No.
you put spaghetti on the side of fish.
Is tomato a fruit or vegetable?
Well, it's technically a
all
fruit, but
fruit.
it's a vegetable.
It's all fruit.
It is a fruit.
It's
fruit.
a vegetable.
No, it's technically
Girl,
a
you
fruit.
need to look that up.
It's a fruit.
I see it as a vegetable.
No, I
Okay,
do too.
now I don't think vegetables are real.
What?
I said what I said. I don't think
Why?
vegetables
It's
are real.
grown from the ground.
What?
That so are
That statement makes
strawberries.
no sense.
Strawberries. It's
Okay.
all. Everything is
We're-
all fruit.
I don't
Here-
understand how
I
they
thought God
classify
created
stu-
the fruits and the vegetables.
Show me the
know
scripture
what?
I don't know.
for that. But what I'm saying
in
is,
Hebrew.
okay, okay. I
Plants.
saw one TikTok and I was like, I'm on board.
Wow.
I'm gonna try to be very simple. It's all fruit. Like, okay, let's say spinach, lettuce, any leafy vegetable, kale. That's leaves. It's
plant.
all leaves. It's just leaves. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Potato, root. Onion, root.
What?
Carrot, root.
Okay.
Green bean, that's like the flower part of the plant.
Right.
Broccoli is a flower. That's the flower. So peppers, that's the fruit of that plant.
Look at Julia's
There's
face.
no such thing. Vegetable is a term that we give fruit
I
because
think
it's
you're
like
right.
You
more
just found
bitter. It's more
Caleb's
bitter.
thing.
I did.
It's all fruit.
There we are.
I never knew
Okay.
you cared this much about
I didn't.
vegetables.
You liked that
I
explanation. That explanation really brought a revelation for
That
you.
It
I saw
did.
that TikTok and I was like, that's 100% gospel. I
Wow.
Vegetables are no longer real.
I'm
You know, not
questioning.
everything
Right,
you
though.
hear on TikTok's real.
I don't know.
That
that's a hill I'm dying on.
I think
Vegetables
that's
aren't real.
that is actually like everything that you just unpacked
I'm just
is
not thinking
correct.
that hard
Like,
about it.
it's not a term that scientists use in botany. A vegetable. It's all fruit.
He's so serious.
Or did I say it wrong?
No, you just turned into.
Oh, did I just ruin my own argument?
No, you just turned into a scientist out of
I'm just
nowhere.
saying, vegetables aren't real.
So
I
real
like
quick,
that botany.
not real quick. I love that, and I need to. You need to like bring that as a segment on the episode.
I
did.
love that.
What
You
do you-
brought so much good energy.
Like bring more stuff. So what do you guys
Welcome.
got this week for That's Crazy?
Thanks for watching, folks. They have nothing.
We do have something.
And
Why are you
don't
looking
cut
at
me
me?
off because I got a good one.
I know you.
Okay, you go first.
Yeah.
Well, I was saving the best for last,
Oh,
but
okay.
whatever.
All right.
Okay,
We'll
let
let
you
you
go.
go.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, be
you
authentic.
go.
I
No,
agree with
okay,
you.
I will
You
tell
go.
mine. So,
Think of anything.
I know.
so my wife Julia is an amazing producer.
Yeah.
is.
We all know that we've talked about her a lot. So, in the magic of media, authentic media, we film ahead of time. So,
Yeah.
this week's episode that's coming out is a Black History Month episode. So you guys have not seen it yet. But in that episode, we talked about what are your top 5 Black actors.
Oh.
And so what Julia does when she's editing and doing this process is as people are saying things, she's making a running list or like searching for images at the same time for when she edits, she can pull them into the episode.
Yeah.
So now you're getting it, Caleb.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
no,
Caleb is spotting off like Denzel, blah, blah, Big Willie, blah, blah, blah.
Big Willie is crazy.
Big Willie is
Wow.
crazy because that's what she typed into Google.
Wow.
Did you say Big Willie? Is that a person?
And then so she typed Big Willie in and she instantly went, it had to like,
Because
This is getting
someone
rated R.
said Will Smith. And I said,
Wow.
oh, Big Willie.
and so she finally had to message him
before
like, who
y'all-
is Big Willie?
Hold on a second. Before you look at me crazy, Will Smith's, one of his biggest albums was called Big Willie Style. I don't want to hear the.
What, from 1992?
Wow.
Okay.
you
I
like
ain't that
music, so
old.
I'm not gonna like hold you on this.
Not that
Yeah.
old.
You're older.
Wow.
I'm not that old. I'm not that old.
You are.
You are
Wild.
older than us.
Wild.
They not like us. They not like us.
Go ahead.
Big Willie.
What you guys got?
Wow.
I'm gonna be
You
authentic.
got any hot takes this week as we head out?
Hot takes. Let me think.
You had some beef with Mikaela before this episode got started. You feel better now?
Well, it's just interesting because we both actually like switch roles. She became the questionnaire. I just sat here because she said I was going to talk too much.
you think I talk too much?
No, I didn't. I'm just saying you became the questionnaire. Like you were having a serious conversation.
Oh, you see how we got real serious? I said what?
You know, okay, what's crazy
What is
what
crazy?
happened earlier is when we both like was about to like,
Fight?
no, like come at her man a little bit because he called both of us like
Feisty.
Feisty.
He didn't really actually call either of us feisty. He kind of just threw the word feisty out there, and it
And
was
we
like,
both
who
were
are you
like,
talking to?
we both snapped
Yeah,
a
so
little bit.
Why
like
do you
that's
have that
crazy. Yeah,
Huh?
we did.
Why do you have to have that energy?
What?
What's that mean?
Like, why you...
Keep that same energy.
Now, I don't know
same.
how he said the comment. I don't.
I think it's just
he
like
just
the
said it,
principle.
the word feisty.
Was he just say feisty? Okay.
Yeah, and I think we both were just like,
Who you talking
who
to?
you talking to? Like, and then
That's
we had a
wild.
moment in the car where we just like weren't talking for 5 minutes. Then we're back.
That's crazy.
Yeah, friends do that, huh?
But
I was
we're
like,
really
we're gonna get her
sisters.
to the
Can
restaurant.
you
Okay,
get
but the
another thing?
cutest thing though was what she said in the coffee shop today. Where she was like, "But like, we're really not going anywhere." And I said, "No, you're not. Like, we tied for life."
That was cute, huh?
It was.
I gotta give her a little something every once in a while.
I got another little thing.
What
They
you
don't
got?
like this.
I
They
know.
make them uncomfortable a little bit.
Right.
You know something that'll take me out of a conversation with somebody. Like if like I'm having like a one-on-one conversation with somebody,
I don't know if I wanna know.
noticing that they have chapped lips.
Oh my god.
That'll take me out of a conversation, and
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god.
how you not feel that on your lips?
Oh my
How does that not hurt?
gosh.
Like,
Or when their lips are like white.
like when you can see the skin peeling on their lip, and you just I'd be like,
Dang.
how you not feel that?
I feel like this episode is going to be titled "The Most Random Thoughts Every 2 Seconds."
Right. Yeah. How you not feel that? It's your chapped lips. But busted chapped.
That'll take me out of a
All right. Do
conversation.
we have anything else? We really
You know
should.
what's,
We
you know
really need
what's
to wrap
crazy?
this up.
You want to know something?
Do
This
we
is
have
a
anything
confession.
else
I'm going to
they
give
need
you
to
a
hear?
confession. Yeah.
These are
This
my
is about Destiny. I mean,
Destiny's
that's crazy.
Child?
Hey, shout out to you. Shout out to you, Destiny. Shout out to you, Destiny.
This is
No,
about Destiny. Shout out Destiny.
Never mind, I'm not gonna say that.
Destiny's a friend of the podcast.
So sometimes Danielle will send me videos and I pretend like I watch them. But they're
TikTok
like,
videos.
No. These are usually on Instagram, and it's some woman like
I'm
going
done.
on for like 2 minutes. Today, I finally like let her know, like, hey, like my attention span is not long enough for these videos.
Caleb does the same thing.
I'm like, I love you, and like, why are they not to the point at the 30
I love a
second
friend
mark?
that will respond to the
my
TikToks
gosh.
you send.
I
Now,
do.
that's
I
a hot
respond.
take.
I give it to her,
Or watch them and
but the
care about
reality
them.
of it is,
But usually
Joel-
I'm sending it because like there's a message.
but she's not getting to it in the first 30 seconds. I'm not listening.
You
'Cause I'm
hate
sending
Joel
deep
sending you
stuff.
TikToks.
I had to block Joel.
You hate, which I think's wild. That's crazy.
rude.
I unblocked him.
And you hate me sending you TikToks. I love when the TikToks, because Joel sends them to me now sometimes.
Praise God.
And I'm like, these are fun. Like, I enjoy it.
No, they're not.
I don't got all day.
Joel and I have an agreement.
Done.
Like I told him, I did block
Noted.
him. I was like, look, I will unblock you one a day. I swear, one
But
a
is
day.
that
I don't-
narcissistic? Because I don't like it, I'm blocking you.
Oh, that part.
No.
Me. I was like,
No. So the conversation. So leave. Okay. So the conversation was like he would send me like 6, 8, 10 a
that
day.
is. I don't know.
Maybe
If that's
that might be
That's
exaggerated, but he
marriage
would send me a
material.
lot. And I was like, bro,
Marriage
you
material.
gotta chill with this. One a day. And he kept sending me multiple. I was like, dude,
Oh my gosh.
one a day. I promise I'm gonna block you. And he did 2 in a day. And I was like, blocked. I don't care. And then he found out
He did 2?
He did.
But isn't that narcissistic?
What did I say? I set a boundary and you crossed it.
I felt scared.
That was masculine.
That was it's basically.
I just wanted to let the people know that I got that in me.
No,
So,
like,
Mikaela,
what did I
it's-
say?
It's his,
I mean, I do,
it's
though,
his
like,
way or it's Caleb's way or the highway.
That was scary a little bit.
it's called a boundary.
But you know what? I'm proud of you. Hold that backbone, brother.
And then he crossed it.
Stand
and I was
up
like,
for your people.
So I
Oh,
blocked
sorry,
him.
Julia.
And then he found out I blocked him. And I was like, look, I will unblock you, but I swear one a day. And he's like, and then he's honored it. Like sometimes he won't even send me one a day. And I love
We're
it.
going to therapy. Listen, I hope you guys have a great week.
Like she's always loud.
Thanks for watching us. Don't forget to check out Authentic Media Podcast if
We're
you
going
haven't
to therapy.
liked or follow. Also, even though she's talking, don't forget to follow MLLG Law.
It's just
Philip, one a day.
I know
I'm going to block you.
Oh my god.
it's okay. Good
Bye, y'all. Good. Next, keep going. Come on.
I gotta be careful.
Hey, look at the time. Keep
So
going.
I wanted to
Did you say you
invite.
got a fart?
Do not put that on the episode.
Please tell me that's what she said.
That is what she said, but you
No.
better not put that on the episode. I'm not playing.
I'm serious.
We gotta get her a man.
Listen, men want authenticity.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, authentic media. Come on now.
Julia, please cut that out.
They
I'm sorry.
want authentic media.
We're not putting that in. I'm sorry. Ready?
Julie, I just want to say I'm sorry.
It is normal to fart in front of people and your spouse, and I think
Your
you
spouse.
truly know you love someone if you'll fart around them.
But there's nobody.
She said, but there's nobody.
All right.
All right, Caleb.
I haven't laughed this much in a while. I love you guys.
God.
So tell us.